For this episode of the Vic Fix, we have traveled all the way from Bangalore to Delhi. Today I'm standing in front of the India Gate, and we are starting off season 2 with someone whose journey has always been discussed in public but often misunderstood. Viren Khanna is a name associated with nightlife, community building, and a party culture that was evolving when Bangalore's nightlife was scaling at a different speed. This is not a conversation about headlines or judgment. It's a conversation about beginnings, ambition, pressure, and what happens when life slows you down and forces you to rethink all your career choices. Over 2 parts, Viren walks us through his journey from early years and building nightlife at scale to a phase that challenged everything he knew. This is Viren Khanna on the Vic Fix.
What's up, man? Thanks for flying down from Bangalore to do this. Kuch to sahi kiya hoga that you've come down here. But welcome. This is where I am in exile.
Yeah.
Enjoying it though.
Viren, so before the parties, before the nightlife, before all of that began, let's rewind back to your childhood. You have been a Delhi boy, right? You know, how was it?
So where you are, this is where I grew up. And you know, this is where my whole childhood happened. Contrary to some media reports which said I bought this house, I did not go back in time and buy the house. This was my dada who built it. So I grew up here,
Right.
and I've always been doing something as a kid. So kuch na kuch tha. So my childhood was mostly reading books. I was obsessed with books, and I was obsessed with computers. I remember we were the first family to have a PC because my dad was also into technology.
Right.
So that time it was a green and white PC. और उसमें तब games होती थी Dig Dug, Spaceman, if anyone remembers that from your audience. And I loved that. And I think that's when I got into computers because my father would hide the games.
Right.
और मैंने फिर पूरी MS-DOS हुआ करता था उसकी किताब पढ़ डाली देखने के लिए कैसे अनहाइड करनी है कैसे क्या करना है. So I became good in computers. Then internet came. That was crazy. I was really into that. तब होती थी 9.6 kbps की modem. और तब होता था text only internet. And there was a guy in Delhi who had a BBS service. और तब games आई थी Keen, Mario, Doom. So I was really into that as well. And then came the colored internet and Windows. And my first business was I had this software in which we could make a newspaper. And I got excited about it and collected everyone in the colony. And that was the first business. We called it Junior Times.
Okay.
We took out 2 editions. And उसमें भी जितना मतलब I think सारी पंगे politics is like a theme of life for everyone.
Right.
ठीक है, because that was our first business. We took out 1 edition, and I remember I used to go to Khan Market here, and we used to go to collect ads. And किसी ने बेइज्जती कर दी थी कि तुम नहीं कर सकते. अगर तुमने एक भी ad ले लिया तो हम तुम्हें full page ad देंगे, सबको pastries देंगे ये वो. So I remember we went got an ad. फिर कॉलोनी के जितने बच्चे थे सबको इकट्ठे करके पहुंच गए उसकी दुकान पे कि दे पेस्ट्री. So we shut it down after the second edition.
Right.
And that was because we didn't want to get a kid into the group. हमारा 10 लोगों का ग्रुप था. और उसके फादर लड़ रहे थे हमसे. और उसने अपने नौकरों को लेके हमारी सारी एडवर्टाइजिंग करा रही थी. तो हमने कहा instead of continuing and going down, we decided to shut it down. So we're like, fuck it.
Right. How old were you?
9, 10. I have the paper. I'll give it to you.
Right.
So crazy thing is, my first article in that was how I made a, Russian friend at the airport while waiting for my dad. So I was always into other cultures. I mean, if you see if a 10-year-old is writing that.
Yeah.
And then I was really into computers. We had a CD writer. So I would write CDs and sell them in school, That was my second business. Then school happened. I graduated and had got into RV. फिर मैं आया Bangalore. That's when the Bangalore chapter started.
So you got directly into engineering, and then you went through the whole course, and then you finished that, and then you landed a job.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I landed in Bangalore and I was in RV and I was like, damn, because it was even more strict than my school was. I remember boys this side बैठेंगे, girls this side बैठेंगी, and I was like, ये तो school में भी नहीं होता था. And it was very hard to, like, frankly, I think the first year of Bangalore was very hard to get used to. Because I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
I never lived in a hostel.
Yeah.
Suddenly I was in a hostel and I didn't know what it is, to be North Indian. तो पहली बारी मैंने सुना था and I was like, यार मैं तो Indian हूँ, ये क्या है? If I have one regret out of my whole experience is that I should have learned Kannada the first day. 99% जो पंगे हुए ना नहीं होते.
Right.
If I look back at it.
Did you learn Kannada eventually though?
I learned enough words to have a little conversation.
Right.
But I was always dealing with foreigners and I was always dealing with other people.
Yeah.
So I didn't.
Right.
But when I do look back at it, I was like, अगर सीख ली होती तो आधे पंगे नहीं होते, because then you're not taken as an outsider. And people, the way they talk to you, they soften up. I realized it very, very late. So that was one thing. And frankly, my first day I was super depressed. So I remember I used to run around my college and I was dreaming of this life, where I was very stupid dreams looking back. But
Right.
when you're an 18-year-old, you're like, oh, I want this and that.
Of course.
And looking back, it's like you wanted to be famous, you wanted women to be around you.
Yeah.
And you thought that would make you happy.
Hmm.
But the crazy part is when I got all that, I was more depressed than I was before. Okay. I was actually happiest while I was doing it.
Yeah.
Because once you've done it, it's like Jim Carrey said, you can have everything in the world.
Right.
But so that's something which still stays in my mind. Even right now, I'm thinking about things and I'm like, भाई खुशी अभी है,
हाँ.
वो आगे जाके नहीं आएगी या वो नहीं आएगी.
Of course,
और वो
it's in
देख
the
चुका हूँ मैं
moment.
2-3 बारी देख चुका हूँ. तो मैंने एक मैगजीन के साथ नौकरी टाइप की थी. When I had to go all over Brigade Road, MG Road, एक सिलिकॉन टाइम्स है, उसका कुछ नाम था.
हाँ.
उसके लिए ऐड लाने के लिए.
हाँ.
वो मैंने 1-2-3 महीने किया.
हाँ.
फिर मैंने कहा इसमें तो मेरा कट रहा है, because I'm spending more money than I'm making. So I stopped that.
हाँ.
Then I had 2-3 other business ideas. I came home, I told my parents I want to do this. They were like, "Do chapai marenge. You sent you for engineering, go finish it, and then you do whatever you want." So first it was that, and I was really depressed. I was very, and in the depth of depression, I started running, and I used to dream and visualize. And earlier, back in the days in school time, I had this similar thing where I dreamt and visualized, and things actually happened.
Right.
तो मैंने कहा दोबारा ट्राई कर लेते हैं, क्या पता हो जाए. I was dreaming just of this life, and I was actually thinking on. I used to read newspapers and pastry, and I was like, "दिन मैं होऊंगा." GQ magazine. I was like, "एक दिन मेरा article आएगा." I literally thought of all those things.
Yeah.
And all those things actually happened.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that I dreamt about as a kid also happened. So I'm in that thing that I think 50% chances that we're living in a simulation. I would say 55.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things happen. And it's crazy how when you look back, you can connect the dots, but looking forward, you can't, as Steve Jobs said.
Yeah.
So my brother was in Bangalore and he took me to my first party at D Club. He was at the Anand Sagar. So that's the first time I went out to a club, to a party, and saw what it was.
Yeah.
So that was the first time, and I met a lot of his friends, and that was a group of people who were like from all over. And I remember I shifted to his house. Then he decided to go to Australia because he got placed there, and he's still there. And he's throwing Bollywood parties there even now.
Yeah.
Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, and they're going really well. तो वो निकल गया और वो तब घर संभाल रहा था. मैं यहाँ से आया था, where I'm used to. मैं तो आज तक जिंदगी में बर्तन नहीं मांजे थे, तो बर्तन इकट्ठे हो जा रहे थे, मुझे लग रहा था ऑटोमेटिक साफ हो जाने चाहिए, लेकिन हो नहीं रहे. तो इंस्टेड कि मैं साफ करूं वगैरह करूं, मैं घर पे ताला लगा के उसके दोस्त को चाबी देके अपने हॉस्टल भाग गया वापस, कि मेरे बस की नहीं अकेले रहना. और मेरे को एंजाइटी हो रही थी, which I later got to know it's separation anxiety. And I had a lot of anxiety in those days, and I think that was because I'd just gone from home and didn't have anyone there. But तब नहीं पता था एंजाइटी क्या होता है. वो चीजें मेरे को 30s में समझ में आई है, ये क्या होता है, to label your emotions.
Correct.
Then I remembered I used to hang out with these people, go out. I'd made some friends, and they were all from different parts of the world,
Right.
or from other parts of the north, so they were in the same boat. सब नए नए आए हुए थे, किसी का कोई घर बार नहीं था, तो उनके साथ you could gel easily,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And because जो बैंगलोर वाले लोग थे, even though my classmates were very nice, very sweet,
Yeah.
never made me feel like an outsider. But it was hard to get into those groups because they've had these groups since their school time. But then I started living outside, so I could, have that day scholar scene.
Right. Right.
But I still kept a hostel room because एग्जाम में पास होना था. तो मैं क्या करता था, मैं पूरे सेमेस्टर पार्टी करता था. लास्ट 2 महीने मैं सबको बोलता था आई एम गोइंग आउट ऑफ टाउन. हाफ द पीपल आई डिडंट इवन टेल आई एम इन कॉलेज, बिकॉज़ दे थॉट मैं काम वाम कर रहा हूँ, सो आई वांटेड टू मेंटेन दैट.
राइट.
ठीक है, नहीं तो मैं बोलता कॉलेज में वो बच्चा समझते हैं. सो आई डिडंट टेल देम. एंड लास्ट 2 months आई यूज्ड टू गो वेयर द टॉपर्स ऑफ माय कॉलेज, stay in their room, study 15 hours a day, and get first class marks. ठीक है. So engineering safe रही. And how did the party start? That was a very crazy fluke.
So of course your brother took you.
My brother was there, and he used to go talk to people, and he was school maybe, my brother has always been the one leading it.
Right.
School में I was a shy kid who used to get bullied a lot. तो एक बारी मैं जाता था भैया भैया भैया, तो एक बारी उसने मेरे को यहाँ पे कूटा, इतना कूटा कि तू जब अगली बारी मुझे नहीं बुलाएगा वापस लड़ेगा. And same thing I used to visualize कि I'm kicking my bully's ass, and whatever I visualized happened in school also. So that's where the whole visualization thing came to. So my brother was there, and I remember we met these Norwegian girls on MG Road, Brigade Road. So I became friends with them, and then we made, someone invited us for a party in Chennai. So we coordinated with these guys कि हम यहाँ से जाएंगे चेन्नई, ये वहाँ से आएंगी. And that was a beach party. महाबलीपुरम की जो सड़क है ना, ईस्ट कोस्ट रोड, उस पे किसी ने बीच हाउस लिया था. And they had invited all these people from Chennai and different cities, mostly foreigners. And it was the kind of parties I used to think about. It's American Pie 1, 2, 3. And I remember मैंने इतनी पी थी कि मैं, and I was 18. मैं सोच, वो है छत है, ये पूल है. मैं पी के छत से पूल में गया था, बच गया, नहीं तो उसी दिन ऑफ हो जाता. बट ब्रो, आई थिंक फॉर अ होल month or 2 months I used to carry a cushion to my college so I could sit on it because इतनी दर्द में था. But what I did was I took everyone's email address. Right. Okay. And I was like, guys, you come to Bangalore and I will, host a party for you. Right. And I had no idea कैसे करूँगा. Yeah. तो मेरी क्लास में एक टॉपर था, and he was like, he was showing off that I have a farmhouse. And I was like, let's do a party. Like, yeah, sure. मैं किसी और भी जाता था, बोलता bro, I'll DJ. मैंने कहा तू DJ हो गया. किसी ने बोला I can arrange the sound system. मैंने कहा भाई ठीक है, done sound system. So I sent out this email and I thought 50-60 people RSVP'd. वो 70 हो गया. So I booked 2 buses. Okay. And I was like, ये काम चल जाएगा, they'll go. And his farmhouse was in Hesarghatta somewhere. And I told everyone that MG Road पे जहाँ Rex था, Rex के सामने आ जाओ, बस वहां से निकलेगी. Bro, मैं पहुंचा, और वो email ना, in those days, this is the days when there was no Facebook, right? There was Orkut, no one really used it. Yeah. That email went viral. So 2 बसों में तो लोग भरी गए, और पागलों की तरह निकालना पड़ रहा था कि भाई निकलो, like निकल नहीं रहे थे. Like the buses even broke down on the way. And पीछे गाड़ियों की लाइन लगी हुई थी. And I didn't know what to do, so I was like, चलो. रास्ते में बस ब्रेक डाउन हो गई, कुछ हुआ, 2-3 बजे पहुंचे, गाना शुरू हुआ. ठीक है. And I remember my junior, so that time I just come into second year, right at the beginning of second year, and मेरे juniors की मैं रैगिंग क्या करता था, उनको पार्टी पे ले जाता था, चलो तब मेरे साथ चलो घूमने, ये वो. तो he came and said, sir, police आ गई है. I was like, police कहाँ से आई? It was in the middle of nowhere. So the locals had complained. The locals, no, bus driver only had called his boss up, and they came from all sides, and that was the first time. And then they basically shut it down, and it was over. But उसकी ना तब किसी ने फोटोज बहुत सारी खींची थी, तो इतनी बड़ी एल्बम थी फोटोज की, तो वो सर्कुलेट हो रही थी लोगों में. राइट. ठीक है. कि ये उस जमाने में एल्बम सर्कुलेट हो रही, तो किसी ने बहुत सारी खींची थी, एंड देख रहे थे, and I think a few these DJs had seen it.
Right.
And that time पे मेरे exams आ गए थे,
हाँ.
but I had a friend who
हाँ.
shown it to some DJ. So when I came back from my semester break, I remember this. I met this DJ G. Okay, hey DJ G, if you're listening to this, and we just started talking and we hit it off, you know. And मेरे को याद है, we went to DJ Vishnu's house.
हाँ.
We were partying in Daika,
हाँ.
and he was staying there.
Yeah.
And हम पूरी रात बात कर रहे थे. His basic premise was, yeah, I'm playing on a Tuesday, and why don't you help me out? And I will get you free drinks. So I was like, that sounds like a good deal.
Yeah.
You know. So I helped him out.
Yeah. And this was when you were in third year still.
No, man, I was second year.
Okay.
Legally, I was not allowed to drink that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
ठीक है. उस time I don't know, कोई देखता भी नहीं था, पता भी नहीं था.
हाँ.
So I helped him out a few times. I called all the friends I had and everything.
Right.
But I wasn't really into it.
Yeah.
And then I stopped and I came back. I used to come back for all the vacations. So when I went back, they were after me. And I was not interested so much. Then they were like, hey, I really need your help. And they called me and they're like, okay, we'll pay you 2K, 2,000 a night, Tuesday.
Right.
And you have to make this happening if you can. And हम flyer थोड़े छपवा के देंगे और तुम बाकी flyer तुम कराओगे, something like that. So I was like, okay, you know, I was like, the पैसे कम पड़ रहे because petrol was expensive, and I just got a car and I used to come drive. और RV से सिटी आने में ही 500 का पेट्रोल खत्म हो जाता था. So I was like, not a bad idea. I can do this. So I said, fine, yes, let's do this. And that's how it started.
Yeah.
So then after that, there was no stopping. I realized, यार जो मैं सोच रहा था वो हो रहा है अब.
Right.
You know, suddenly I had a cool friends. I was no longer depressed. I had people. I belonged to a group. And that party thing was completely new. And I was like, okay, fine. But I don't know if you know Taika. Taika was a huge club.
Of course. Yeah. I used to go partying at Tiger.
Yeah. So the thing was, Tuesday को party करनी है. And I used to call 15-20 people जितने जानते थे यार.
हाँ.
तो वो आते थे. And what I did was, they said free entry करो. कि free entry देते हैं Tuesday को. मैंने कहा नहीं यार, you know, कोई free का भाव नहीं होता. And I think that was the only first thing which we did was, I was like, we'll make it 2,000 entry or something, cover. And if you're on the guest list, free entry. And तब लोग flyer बांटते थे. You know, print कराते थे रेजिडेंसी रोड से सारे डीजेस और आर्टिस्ट, और फिर वो फ्लायर लेके बांटते थे. तो पहले महीनों तो मैंने आई वाज लाइक यार ये क्लब भरना है. तो पहले महीने तो मैंने फ्लायर बांटने शुरू किए बिकॉज सिर्फ 20 लोगों से पार्टी तो होएगी नहीं.
करेक्ट.
तो मैं एमजी रोड ब्रिगेड रोड पे घूम के लिटरली आई मीन लोग बाद में बोलते हो यू हैव सो मच एटीट्यूड, लाइक नो ब्रो, मैं ब्रिगेड रोड एमजी रोड पे घूम के अच्छे क्राउड को ढूंढ के उनको बोलता था हे आई एम हैविंग अ पार्टी. आई वाज 19 इयर्स ओल्ड. आई डिडंट गिव अ फक, नो वन न्यू मी. कोई ईगो का इशू ही नहीं था कि भाई कोई मना करता ऐसे कर देता था, जस्ट गो टू द नेक्स्ट वन. एंड आई हैड द सेल्स टेंट बिफोर, सो उसमें काफी ट्रेनिंग हो चुकी थी व्हेन आई वाज 17. तो I used to go and give whatever good crowd I would see. I would go talk, introduce myself, give them a flyer. And I used to go to places and put posters and all that. But उससे कुछ हो नहीं रहा था. मैंने अपने जूनियर भी लगा दिए थे कॉलेज की रैगिंग, तुम भी फ्लायर बांटोगे. हम ब्रिगेड रोड एमजी रोड इधर उधर घूम के फ्लायर बांट रहे होते थे. बट 200 फ्लायर बांटते थे यार, 5-10 वापस आ रहे थे. And everyone else was doing the same thing.
Right.
And I've always been someone who's been a reader. So no, I was thinking क्या करे जो गोरे आ रहे हैं. So in that there were a lot of people who, the first ones I had met were interns, and there were small groups of foreigners, and they were isolated from each other.
Right.
So there was a group of say a certain interns of a certain organization.
Yeah.
Then there was another organization उसके थे. Then there was a corporate company, उसके group बना हुआ था 15-20 लोगों का. फिर कोई और NGO था, उसका एक group बना हुआ था. Either they were online or offline, but they were different 10, 15, 20 small disparate groups of people who were from different parts of the world who were in Bangalore. And some knew each other, some didn't know each other. So I made it a point to know everyone. Okay? And what we did was, that was the first time that coding आती थी. बचपन से हम कर रहे थे. ठीक है. तो बैठ के एक बड़ी सिंपल फेसबुक भी नहीं आया था तब, ऑर्कुट के जमाने में. We made a website called ives.in. I'm so sure if someone does a timeline, they can get a screenshot of it. And it was built on a platform. एंड उसमें पहले हमने खुद बनाई थी, फिर हमने किसी प्लेटफॉर्म पे डाल दी थी. But that was for interns, volunteers, and exchange students.
Okay.
And then I would walk on the streets, walk out, go out every night. And if I would meet anyone who's a foreigner who fitted that profile, I would say, get on this. So, and then it became the biggest thing in Bangalore. If anyone was in Bangalore,
Right.
who was either intern, volunteer, exchange, or expat, they would get on it. And they would get to know about it. So I was like, problem one solved. Now I don't have to go meet these people. They'll tell each other.
Yeah.
And every day we would have 5 people joining, 10 people joining, 15 people joining. So वो system set कर दिया. So now we're talking about 2000, I think 3, 4, 2005-ish का time, I think.
Right.
No one in that entire industry used to send SMSs.
Right.
No one. Okay. The only one who started it after many, many years was Anand. I'll tell you the story about that. So, and I was like, oh, this guy is smart. So what I was reading some guys on the net. So I used to read what other people around the world are doing.
Yeah.
And I remember reading someone's blog post and he said, you know, message people, take the numbers. And I was like, ye pehle kyun nahi dimag mein aaya? So from that day onwards, I was collecting everyone's number. And my whole goal was, I'm going to go out and get meet 50 people today.
Yeah.
And that's the way I would go out every night.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you moved from collecting emails to now numbers.
Emails वो automatically लोग आते थे, login करते थे. उसके बाद I was like, सबके number.
Right.
कि मिलना हो, flyer भी दे रहा हूँ, तो ना flyer नहीं देने, flyer बंद कर दिया मैंने.
Correct.
And मेरे को club वाले बोलते, why are you not giving away flyers? And I was like, that. But how many people will you message? That time it was Nokia 3000 something था मेरे पास.
300.
हाँ. So what we did was we wrote a very simple. We got some libraries. I sat down with my college toppers. I owe it to them. ठीक है? And we wrote down a very simple code where you put all the numbers in a CSV file. It takes a number. You connect the phone to the PC.
Right.
And it sends a number. Okay. Automate कर दिया. सबको लगता था सालों तक कि मैं personally भेज रहा हूँ. ठीक है? सालों तक सबको ये लगता था. और सब reply कर देते guest list के numbers. That was like bringing a nuclear weapon to a fist fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Because what happened was, if the parties were going like this, it went both the website and that together.
Right.
Suddenly, tuck.
Yeah.
And the next thing I knew was within a few weeks, months. I wouldn't say weeks. I would say a few months. This is by the end of my second year. Okay, end of my second year, beginning of third year. The parties had taken off. Like Tuesday night was getting packed, and I was still getting paid 2,000.
Right.
So I went to the Taika guys and I was like, guys, it's doing so well.
Yeah.
Can you increase it a bit? Because मेरे flyer print कराने के जो खर्चे थे, मतलब flyer print नहीं, मेरे petrol के खर्चे इतने हैं. ये वो, it's not really making sense. I was actually not left with anything.
Right.
You know, free drinks मिल रही थी, वो बहुत बड़ी बात थी. 7 drinks I remember. मैं उसमें से 2-3 अपने लिए रखता था, 2-3 दोस्तों को दे देता था. तो they said no. And I'll go back to something. So when I was in my 10th grade, 12th grade, before coming to Bangalore, we went to Vaishno Devi. And on the way down, we met this Aghori Baba. There were 2-3 of my college friends. And they didn't know it because सबने स्कूल में ना उस कहानी को निकल गई थी और मजाक बड़ा उड़ाया था. तो like 3-4 मेरे को मैसेज आए थे. So I know I'm saying the truth. So the Aghori Baba met me and whatever. And वो पी के धुन था, आंखें ऐसी हुई थी. And he told me some things. And he's like, तू जेल जाएगा, ठीक है? तूने कुछ किया नहीं होएगा, तेरे दुश्मन करेंगे, लेकिन कुछ नहीं होएगा, डरियो मत, लेकिन याद रखियो तेरे जो भी दुश्मन तेरे अगेंस्ट करेंगे वो पागल हो जाएंगे, सनक जाएंगे, ऐसे करने लग गया. एंड देन ही सेड उसके बाद तू ऊपर जाएगा, इन अ वे वर्क वाइज, ठीक है? और जब भी तुझे लग रहा होगा चीजें हिल रही है, लोग आके तेरी मदद करेंगे. दैट्स व्हाट ही सेड. वो मेरे दिमाग में था. ओके. एंड आफ्टर दैट आई सॉ द फर्स्ट टाइम टू द लास्ट टाइम आई गॉट something or the other like that happened. So which is why I think the world is a simulation. So a lot of things I dreamt came true. And this
then incidents like these.
So so at Taika, these guys at that club, these guys decided कि यार ये ज्यादा कर रहा है, इसको निकाल देंगे, सबके नंबर कलेक्ट करेंगे, और इसको बाय बाय कर देंगे, which is how business is in a way.
Right.
And I got to know. I got a call from my well-wishers informing कि भाई ये होने वाला है. So I was like, if they're going to do this, the other club in town was Hint.
Yeah.
So I went to Tom at Hint, and NXOS used to run it.
Yeah.
Full on attitude. So they're like, okay. And I was going to ask them for 5. Okay, 2 to 5.
Yeah.
Because me, okay, yeah, I know you're doing parties. Okay, you know what? We won't give you a rupee over 10,000. And I was like, okay. Done, bro.
Yeah.
So I wrote a mail to everyone, messaged everyone कि यार ताइका बोरिंग हो गया, चलो हम नई जगह जाएंगे. वो खड़े हुए थे ताइका वाले डोर पे कि आज हम इसको बैन कर देंगे. They were like threatening me also.
Right.
Which is something which still happens till date, you know. कि if you don't obey your whatever, they try to threaten you. हम business नहीं देंगे, ये नहीं करेंगे, वो नहीं करेंगे. Like we'll blacklist you from nights if you don't, you know. And we've giving you this thing chance.
Right.
And how club was, we are giving you a chance.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I mean, it wasn't nice what they did.
Yeah.
So I took it and वो बेचारे वेट करते रह गए, कोई नहीं गया. और उसके बाद मेरे को था कि एक बार you with me, I don't want to work with you again.
Right. Yeah.
So which I didn't till the owner came and spoke to me once. So the Hint night started happening. Then I remember, I think it was Park.
This was in
Park.
third year, right?
This was third year. Yeah. Till third year, the parties had taken off.
Right.
But did not go to the next level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was still taken off, but it wasn't that was making a lot of money. I was making 10,000 bucks a night. And for me, it was not about money also.
Right.
Money was good, but I was always thinking I wanted to be the best party.
Yeah.
Kuch bhi ho jaye. And I was very, very clear. Yeah. And no one was there to teach you how to do it.
Right.
It was simple. I was like, the people should come in. And us time na, if I would go to other parties, bahut ladai hoti thi. So my thing was simple. This party has to be safe. I will not let anyone in who fights or who could be a problem.
Through this combination, you had, I think you had a combination of expats as well as, like through the SMSs that you're sending out, you had a mix of the local crowd.
Yeah, so it was that, but it was still very contained.
And handpicked.
It was still very handpicked.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Because I was personally going and, meeting people and taking their numbers.
Yeah. Yeah.
तो तब भी कितने कोई पंगे शुरू नहीं हुए थे तब. No one knew me.
Right.
And no one cared.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't well known at all, and I was it was fine. The parties were going good, and they were amazing. Like some of them were like for a Tuesday night to make it super happening.
Right.
I was Wednesday nights. Then I remember Park came in the picture, and I think they were going in for renovations or something. And I was like, why don't you give it to me? And I will make it happening. And I think Manish was there at that time with the chef.
Yeah.
Who was Mr. Saha, who was the GM. So, and they kind of gave me an offer which was 4 times.
Right.
That. It was like suddenly it was like 30, 40K. I was like, great. And the venue was also sexier. But I was never thinking how much sales am I getting into the club. I had never had an idea about any of that. I was not even thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't care क्या sale हो रही है क्या नहीं हो रही. मुझे बस मतलब था कि everyone should have a great time because उससे पहले we all were okay. Honestly, before that, me and my friends, we wanted to go to parties.
Right.
ठीक है.
Right.
हम घुस नहीं पाते थे. यहाँ पैसे नहीं थे.
Correct.
जो गोरे भी थे मेरे साथ. और हम लोगों के हाउस पार्टी से पहुंच जाते थे uninvited दारू लेके. ठीक है. हमने बहुत किया. So I was like, everyone's needs are being met.
Right.
And more than the parties, it was the feeling of it was that community.
Yeah.
Because and that lasted for years. Years. And everyone knew everyone, and I would make sure everyone meets everyone, and that bonding was really strong. So I didn't have to do much at the parties. The friends would go out and do it.
Yeah.
So the girls would take care of the new girls, the guys would be there.
Right.
If someone is creating a problem, the friends would only go and sort it out. So it was like this close thing that this is our community, no one fucks with us. We're happy.
Yeah.
And which is why I never needed a team. वो सब दोस्ती कर रहे थे. They were not being paid for it.
Right.
They were not getting anything.
Right.
At the end, when I had power and I had free drinks, I would put drinks for all my friends. If you'd been to any of the festivals or the big parties, एक टेबल पे सबके लिए अगर आर्टिस्ट थे या कोई थे या किसी दोस्त के पेरेंट्स आए थे सब वहां पे आ जाते थे.
Right.
So that went on. Park was great. that's when the first pool parties happened.
Hmm.
And people went wild. And लोगों ने कभी वो देखा नहीं था. Because 60-70% of the crowd that time was Goras.
Yes.
What we'd done was we'd consolidated every single foreigner coming into the city.
Right.
And they were there in big numbers. So सब pool में होते थे and people used to go crazy. So that word of mouth was spreading. Then I remember, then they were going in for a renovation. And the Taj guys called me. Taj was right next door. But somehow Taj was not seen as a happening place at all.
Yeah.
In those days. It was dead.
Yeah.
And I remember having a talk with the bar manager. And he's like, yaar, sabne koshish kar liye. We're not able to revive this place. We've tried everything. And I was like, okay. And by this time I'd learned, let the other guy give the offer. Don't talk about money yourself. So like, how much do you want? I was like, how much did you give the last guy?
Yeah.
So he showed me a contract. I was a 40K flat. And then above that, it was like a revenue share that 25%. It worked out around 25 to 30%.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. So, but I'd never known ki sales ki aur ye party pe and all that. So I had no clue. But I was like, okay, he's like, see, this is better. The better you do, the better you'll be rewarded. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to do it with Taj. And, I was like, cool.
Yeah.
And I just entered third year. I think middle third year, yeah.
Yeah.
But my friends were like, yaar, mat kar. It's not happening. And literally all of them said, don't do it. It's not happening. It's not happening. Because they only saw the inside.
Right.
And they thought it was, because the inside is very small.
Yeah.
So they thought this is a depressing place. And no one even thought that the outside could be used.
Right.
And the outside was so big that no one was able to ever use that.
Exactly.
So, and I think that was the first time where I was like, I said, okay, I'll do it. And I signed a contract. And मुझे लगा मैं भाई contract में फंस गया हूँ.
This was a contract for Saturdays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the thing was that suddenly all the crowd that had been coming, when I started doing it there, Park the Band renovation के लिए चले गया था. Wednesdays was still going on. So I started Saturdays. But suddenly that crowd was not the crowd wasn't coming.
Right.
And I was very, and they didn't come. And जो सारे pro best friend बन रहे थे ये वो, they stopped coming.
Right.
Which then when I realized कि सारे दोस्त नहीं है. जो दोस्त है वो दोस्त है. काफी थे वो. And I still like, have very close relationship with a lot of people who helped me throughout the years. But then the outer periphery of the crowd, they were like, there the times were good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the times were not good. चल नहीं रही थी. मैंने ये ट्राई किया वो ट्राई किया नहीं चल रही थी. फिर मुझे एक दिन आया and it was crazy. आधे टाइम ना मेरे को it's like I'll wake up with a dream. And in the dream something's happening. I woke up with a dream I'm having a fashion show and it's going really well. So I was like, karna hai show. Same week, I meet this guy in the toilet at Taj only. And I'm like, what do you do? He's like, oh, I run a shop. I was like, if you want to do a show, it's like, I'll sponsor it. I'm like, okay. I thought drunk. I was like, okay, this much money. The next morning, I just sent him the bank account details. I woke up in the morning, the money was there in the account. I was like, ab to karna padega. So, and I had no idea about fashion or fashion shows or whatever. I went to someone, sir, show karna hai. He basically berated me, what do you do? You're an engineer, what do you know about fashion? Ye wo karke. Quoted a number which was basically saying, f off. ठीक है, I'll take 15 lakhs, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, मेरे को था कि 1-1.5 लाख के अंदर शो करना है. I called the models I knew who used to come to the parties. They're like, we'll help you out. They spoke to all the other model friends. They found me a choreographer. There was another guy who came at the party, was in events. He's like, take this guy, you should do a ramp on the pool. And he gave me the contacts to put a ramp on the pool and all that. I was like, it just happened. I'm like, okay, show is on. 2 days before the show, I get a call from one of the models, and the second, then the third. Everyone cancelled on me. And 2 दिन बचे हैं show के. And I am like, what? A 19-20-year-old kid.
Right.
Who's doing his first show.
Yeah.
And who has no idea how power works or politics is. So what happened was the guy who had gone for help.
Yeah.
Who said off to me.
Yeah. He
basically got to know this is happening and these guys are walking. So he basically called and said, hey, you want to work with me? I gave you this many.
Right.
You don't do this. If you do this, you don't work with me. You decide. And I was like, मेरे हमेशा ही जब भी लगती है ना कुछ ना कुछ अच्छा हो जाता है. हमेशा से रहा है, बचपन से रहा है. So I was thinking. So I had these flatmates who were, from Denmark. And they're like, we can walk. And I was like, that's a good idea. So then I called up every pretty girl I knew, Indian or foreigner. I'm like, hey, I'm in this shit. Can you help me out, please? They're like, yeah, we'll do it. And then these models were like, we can't work for you.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't get to know, we can train all of them. So literally in 2 days, I called all the friends. Raat ko Taj pe hi, all these professional models came and they trained these friends of mine who never walked in their lives. And they trained them. और उसके बाद, हो गया. तो उसमें से I think a few of them still, the models had joined in, कि we don't care, we'll still work for you. But it was mostly friends, right? Good looking friends. And they walked. And because the whole community knew them, okay, it wasn't just like a show. It was their friend was walking, one of them was walking.
Yeah. So the
people
response
went
was
crazy.
Yeah.
Like the response was, that was the first time that whole, मेरी आंखों में आंसू आ गए थे देख के. बहुत emotional हो गया था. 20 years old.
Right.
And that whole place of Taj was packed from one end to the other end. Okay.
Nice.
And there was a show in the pool. And that's when those shows started. And that's when, तो उस टाइम क्या हुआ था, उससे थोड़े टाइम पहले I had met, I think, the editor of Bangalore Times that time, Taika Days. And she'd known me and I was like this sweet kid. And I had no idea कि वो तब कौन थी, but मेरे को बाद में पता चल गया था. तो और मेरी पेस्ट्री के फोटोग्राफर से एक बार लड़ाई भी हुई थी कि वो आया था पार्टी पे, मेरी पार्टी पे आया. मेरे को लगा कि मेरा एक फोटोग्राफर हायर करता तो उसने किसी को भेजा है. मैं पोस्ट कर रहा था तो उसने यहाँ से हटो. मैंने उसको लिटरली पानी में धक्का दिया. मैंने कहा मेरी पार्टी पे आके तू मुझे ही बात लगा रहा है. So that was my first thing with Page Three. But then they ended up becoming friends and they started covering me. And when that Taj show happened, they started covering me even more.
Right.
So suddenly, I was in Page Three almost every week, every 2 weeks. The parties were there, and that time, if you'd come Page Three, you'd arrived.
Yeah.
So I was 2021, and whatever I dreamt of the parties had come true, and the parties were going on in full swing. और मेरे घर वाले सोच रहे थे यार ये पैसे नहीं मांग रहा, हमने इस महीने पैसे डाले नहीं है, ये मांग नहीं रहा. And I was making what 10 लाख की 12 लाख की सेल जा रही थी तब. 8 लाख 10 लाख 12 लाख 27% on that. Okay, imagine like 1-2 lakh हफ्ते के. Like I was making a couple of lakhs
in third year.
Engineering. And I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and it was just coming. I didn't even know what to do with the check. मैं अपने बस रखे जा रहा था. फिर बाद में 6 महीने में चेक एक्सपायर हो जाता है. Because वो कोई materialistic needs थी नहीं, अभी भी नहीं.
Right.
I'm still not like that. I normally wear, if you see all my photographs, I'm just wearing a black t-shirt in literally 90% of them. Even right now, 20 H&M black t-shirts, which I wear most of the time.
Yeah.
The only time you see when I'm not wearing a black t-shirt is when if my mother is in town or I'm dating someone. वही change कराते हैं. So that happened. And it was going really well. एक show, दूसरा show, चौथा show. And when I finally tasted success, and this is success which did not come easy.
Right.
There were months and years of trying different things, going on the streets, giving people flyers. And I remember I used to do it for 5 hours and I used to be thinking कि यार party अच्छी जानी चाहिए. And लोग गालियाँ, people, if you go give people a flyer, how do they treat someone who gives a flyer? Man, think about it.
Yeah.
Everyone's come across someone who gives a flyer. Yeah. So the only thing was I could talk. So I would talk my way through it. Go out at night, meet people, whatever, do the whole thing. And but I was at it, 3 years at least, 2-3 years. And I finally tasted success. I was like, wow, this feels good. Suddenly I was making more money than I could think of. And then I got a call. In Canada. मेरे को समझ में नहीं आई बोल क्या रहा था. उसको भी पता था, मुझे नहीं पता कन्नड़ा. But it was a lot of abuses. वो तो आती थी. So I was like, भाई क्या चाहिए? So it was a lot of threats. ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे. जो भी English, हिंदी, कन्नड़ा में, फिर बाद में हिंदी में broken. Then they called me to meet them. I was like, okay. So they called me to Brigade Road पे barista हुआ करता था, if you remember. तब वहीं पे happening crowd वहाँ बैठा था. There was no UBC that time. They called me there. मैं गया, 2 बंदे थे. And they were sitting across the table and threatening me. Full on. आंख फोड़ देंगे, ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे. And उससे थोड़ा पहले ही कुछ हुआ था. where they'd gone and done something at a club, and the club's manager was stabbed in the leg.
Right.
So they were like, "हमने ही किया था," and you know, तेरा कर देंगे. But I wasn't scared because I'd seen a lot. Like I told you, right? Day scholar board होती थी school में, so I'd seen crazy stuff, and I was not scared at all. But I was like, गुस्सा आ रहा था. I was like, "ये है क्या?" So I heard them out. I was like, "Okay, ठीक है." So I was like, "I'll let you know." But they was threatening me. मैं smile कर रहा था. Smile क्यों कर रहा है? और ये मेरे को बचपन से हुआ पता है. स्कूल में टीचर चिल्लाती थी, "ए खन्ना, why the fuck are you laughing?" और मैं जब कोई मार रहा होता तो मैं हंसने लग जाता हूँ, पता नहीं क्यों. यहाँ से कुछ है. बट वो हमेशा हुआ है. कॉप्स के साथ भी हुआ था. वो बोल रहा है मैं हंस रहा हूँ. तो देन दे वर लाइक ये पागल है, छोड़ दो उसको. Now I was like, okay, this is serious. Like I figured out it was very serious, and they were like कि हम ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे, मार देंगे. Basically छोड़ के जाओ पहले तो. They were like छोड़ के जाओ, दिल्ली वाले आ गए हो. And this is, imagine you're a 20-year-old kid,
Right.
and you're getting extorted from, you know, whatever, goons.
Yeah.
And the whole North Indian card is being used against you. And the same thing.
Yeah.
कि तुम्हारी पार्टी पे, and they also knew how much money I was making. Okay.
Right.
And they had when I said मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है ना,
Yeah.
they took out a little पर्चा and they said तेरा ये चेक इतने का था, ये चेक इतने का था, and I don't know how the they got it. So I was like, okay, ये कार्ड भी नहीं यूज कर सकते. And they had been, so later on I saw in the footage, one of them had been coming to the parties and fucking drinking on the table with some of the hotel staff.
Yeah.
तो मेरे को समझ में आ गया कहाँ से आ रहा है. So what would a guy do? You're 20, you don't know much about the world. Obvious thing is पुलिस के पास जाओ. तो मैं भाई साहब पहुंच गया पुलिस स्टेशन. ठीक है, मुझे तो कुछ पता नहीं था होती ये चीजें, दुनियादारी होती क्या है. मैं 20 साल का, the way I said, कि जो भी था. तो पहली बारी जिंदगी में पुलिस स्टेशन घुसा हूँ पूछने के लिए. And what happened then was like a shock to me. मैं गया कि ये मेरी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करेंगे. ब्रो, उन्होंने मांगा था ना उसका 3 गुना कर दिया. बिठाया मुझसे, जब ये बात की उनसे, और मेरे को 3x कर दिया. मेरा दिमाग खराब हो गया. मतलब ये क्या है, you know, I thought ये जाएंगे, ये इनको पकड़ेंगे, इनको जेल में डालेंगे, इनको ये करेंगे. तो बच्चा था, तो दुनिया तो विद एक्सपीरियंसेस समझ में आती है. तो ओके, मैंने तब भी हार नहीं मानी. मेरी कॉलेज में एक जूनियर थी, whose father was at a very senior position, IG, DIG, something. So I went and spoke to her, hey, I'm being extorted, and can I go and talk to your father about this? And she's like, sure. She gave me father's number, put in a word. तो मैं पहुंच गया अंकल को मिलने के लिए. अंकल को मिला, मैंने कहा अंकल ये देखो, ये कर रहे हैं, वो कर रहे हैं, इन्होंने ऐसे थ्रेटन किया है. अंकल, हाउ कैन दे डू दिस? Have you said them right, this, that? मैं बड़ा पंप अप हो गया. मैंने कहा अंकल तो बजा देंगे. यस. अंकल ने अपने पीए को बोला, फोन करो उनको, बोल दो ये वो करके मेरा नाम ले लेना. ठीक है. पीए ने फोन किया. पीए ने उनको खूब गालियां सुनाई मेरे सामने. मोस्टली कन्नड़ा में था, मैं समझ में नहीं आ रही थी, बट मार रहा था उनकी. मैं बड़ा खुश. हो गया, थिंग इज ओवर, खत्म. घर गया. I told my parents about it. So, and they decided to come down to Bangalore.
Right.
तो वो आ गए, भी क्या हो रहा है. तो there was a party at a club, I won't name it. My parents were inside.
Right.
तो my bouncers came, कुछ अलग लग रहा है सर, थोड़ा कुछ अलग है आज. I was like, क्या हुआ? Like कुछ लग रहा है. I was like, okay, because लोग थोड़े अजीब से खड़े हुए थे बाहर. So I thought, I had already told the club owner what was happening, and he was also politically connected. So he's like, oh, I'll see them and this and that.
Right.
So I was feeling safe, and I'm a 20-year-old kid. I'm like, okay, ये इन्होंने बोल दिया, ठीक है.
Yeah.
And then, and उससे पहले ही ना, उसी time, so this is, I'd already, I think, graduated. I don't remember the exact time. And उसी वक्त पंगे चल रहे थे. कि people had been beaten up in Bangalore, women and men had been beaten up already. Yeah. It was the same, around that same timeline, I think, before or after, I'm not sure. So, these guys came, 50 guys came with sticks and all that, shouting slogans. So they acted on that thing. They didn't give a about whoever spoke. And I was getting a call asking for now triple the amount, that if you want us to leave, you pay triple.
Right.
These guys are trying to break down the club on सो मैं बाहर था,
हाँ.
जैसे ही मैंने देखा, आई टोल्ड द बाउंसर्स क्लोज द डोर्स, एंड मैं बाहर जाके आराम से एक ऑटो में बैठ गया. ठीक है, कि वहां से मैं आराम से देख पा रहा था कि क्या हो रहा है. तो अंदर था कि जाऊं, बट लाठियां थी और बहुत सारे थे यार. एंड माय पेरेंट्स वर इनसाइड. सो एंड आई सॉ किचन का दरवाजा खुला है, तो मैंने फोन किया, भाई किचन का दरवाजा बंद करो. सो एवरीवन बोल्टेड एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम इनसाइड, एंड पीपल इनसाइड वर वेरी स्कैर्ड.
राइट.
ओके. एंड बिकॉज दे हर्ड कि ये लोग लड़के लड़कियों किसी को नहीं छोड़ेंगे, मार देंगे सबको, डंडों से मारना शुरू किया. दैट्स व्हाट दे डन बिफोर आल्सो. सो थैंकफुली वो दरवाजा बहुत स्टडी था. उन्होंने जितनी कोशिश की, बेचारे कुछ नहीं कर पाए. और उनका फोन आ रहा था कि हमें पता है तू अंदर है, छोड़ेंगे नहीं, ठीक है, अकाउंट नंबर दे देंगे, ट्रांसफर कर दे, चले जाएंगे. मेरा दिमाग सनक चुका था. मैंने कहा अब तो इन्होंने कर दिया, आपको फक इट. तो which is maybe a positive or a negative quality, that if I get someone wants to forcefully extract something, even if I know I'm going to lose in the short term, I don't give in, because I've learned through life कि long term में जीत जाऊंगा, और अगर मैं short term में मान गया तो मैं साला खुद डिप्रेशन में चले जाऊंगा. तो which is worse. Now at the same time duration, if my mind might be a little hazy, it was that the talks of banning dancing was going on. Okay, that we're going to ban dancing. And उसकी अलग कहानी थी. That wasn't directly linked to this. This was linked to me doing the fashion shows, and this was linked to a competitor of mine who was trying to force me to give him equity in my company and become a partner. Okay, it was linked to that, and I had said no to both. So this is what I learned out many years later.
Right.
Because I saw इनकी आपस में फिर दोस्ती photographs जो थे, मैं समझ गया था. तो तब मैं बच्चा था, मुझे पता नहीं था. Anyways, this happened. Then the same day they did that, the next day. But when they did that, at the same time, so there was a MO, and that had happened before, where the same guys had gone, asked for money was not paid,
right,
gone and bashed up the whole club. One of the manager was stabbed in the leg. So because the guy who stabbed him came to me and told me, I stabbed him and I stabbed you, but I stabbed you in the eye. And I was like, तो हाँ, so the MO was कि एक क्लब पे अटैक करो और बाकी सब क्लब से पैसे इकट्ठे कर लो.
Got it.
ठीक है, वो इनकी वो थी.
Right.
इन्होंने यही जब जैसे ही अटैक किया, बाकी सब क्लब से I heard पैसे इकट्ठे हो रहे हैं.
हाँ.
और ये ताज को जाके धमकी दे के आया कि अगर तुमने इसके साथ किया तो हम ताज तोड़ देंगे. ठीक है. So and imagine I went home that night and I was just thinking, man, I worked and I just, so okay, the crazy part is this is the time and I just graduated. Okay. And I just left my job after convincing my family to leave it. They'd come down, they'd make the park ka GM. He'd said cool things. They made the Taj ka GM. They're like, theek hai. And I was like, I remember I wrote my dad a message that I can't work. And I was working in Accenture in the day. So I was working in the day.
Right.
And मैं एक वीक में पूरे साल की सैलरी कमा रहा था, लेकिन मैं तब भी काम पे जा रहा था. So I convinced them कि नहीं हो पा रहा था because I was very exhausted. So they let me leave my job and they warned me कि यार इस बिजनेस में ये प्रॉब्लम होगी, ये प्रॉब्लम होगी, ये प्रॉब्लम होगी. And I was like, देख लूंगा. ठीक है. बड़ा ballsy होके, like my mama came, sat down with me, बेटा गुंडे होते हैं, होता है. मैंने कहा देख लेंगे. You know, and I was loving it. I was making tons of money and I was like 21 years old. And suddenly I was famous. I was, you know, like this is it, can't be better than this.
Yeah.
So all my dreams had come true, basically. And then these came from nowhere and held me literally at gunpoint. कि निकल जाए या पैसे दे या वो. And फिर वो खुंदक खा गए थे, अब तो तू बैंगलोर छोड़ के जाएगा, अब तेरे पैसे भी नहीं चाहिए. ठीक है. And they were like, नहीं छोड़ के गया तो तेरे को ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे, मार देंगे, leave Bangalore. And I remember thinking at night, कि यार it was, you imagine how powerless you feel that you worked hard. तुमने कोई भी any business you take it, तुमने कंपनी बनाई है, कल को बंदा आ गया तुम पे गन डाल दी कि साले मेरे को दे दे, छोड़ दे, भाग जा. You know, it's like, I don't know, trauma is like, you know, it's pretty traumatic. So I decided to walk out. So I called up, you know, I had some people who helped me out, called them up saying I'm closing it down. Then they said फिर वही जो उसने बोला था ना मेरे को कोई ना कोई आके हेल्प करेगा. तो सडनली हेल्प आ गई कहीं से, where I won't go into details, but I got helped out. And that problem got solved. And then they banned dancing. Right. सारे क्लब बंद हो गए. वो प्रॉब्लम खत्म हुई, तब तक डांसिंग बैन हो गई.
Right.
So it was illegal for a girl and a guy
Yeah.
to dance in a club. Do you remember those days? Basically, you were a criminal
Right.
if you danced.
Yeah.
Forget, there was no talk about drugs or anything. Dancing was only enough to put you in jail. Okay?
Yeah.
And they would actually come and pick up people and take them also, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Put a FIR on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and all the clubs literally shut down. I was so sad to see that happen.
Right.
People who'd build businesses, someone who built one place, two place, third place, suddenly no sales is coming in,
Right.
and they were getting harassed from all the sides, and they all had to close down.
Yeah.
And we used to do rock music parties then.
Hmm.
And I still remember घुस आते थे लोग देखने के लिए कैमरास लेके
हाँ.
कि कोई डांस तो नहीं कर रहा हर जगह. And there was a mob that came with them कि डांस कर रहे हैं तो मार देंगे.
हाँ.
So all that started happening, and that was really like कोई भी अगर
Yeah.
इसे भेजा
Right.
समझ जाएगा ना. I was like,
Right.
अभी तो नौकरी छोड़ी थी. ये भी नहीं रहा, ये भी नहीं. But thankfully I was lucky because I'd taken the move to take Taj on a contract,
Yeah.
and Taj is a hotel,
Right.
so they didn't have the overheads other clubs had to meet.
Right.
So while all the clubs shut down, that bet of mine paid off because I had the contract.
Yeah.
They were paying me the minimum चाहे sales इतनी नहीं हो रही थी, and it kept me alive while it killed everyone else.
Right.
Okay, so that was the first purge, and I survived that. Then slowly music came back on, the party started,
Yeah.
the whole thing went, and then it was almost on automatic. तो ये हो गई वो कहानी.
Okay, so from here on, let's talk to another vision that you had, which actually came true, which was when GQ called you the king of expats, right?
Yeah, that was okay. So that was really funny. There was this Gora who was coming to the parties, and I was getting calls from people that this guy is asking about you, and I had no idea. He didn't say he was a journalist, worked at GQ.
Right.
वो मेरे घर पे हाउस पार्टी पे आके मेरे दोस्त से बात कर रहा है, वो कहीं और जाके कर रहा है, वो कहीं और जाके कर रहा है.
So, about you.
हाँ, पूछ रहा था. तो मैंने कहा ये कौन है, ये हो क्या रहा है?
हाँ.
Then I got a call from him. Hey, so I've been writing an article about you. I hope you're okay with that. I was like, okay. He's like, why don't you talk to my editor? Spoke to his editor. हमने क्या लिखा यार? बकवास भी लिखी थी.
हाँ.
लेकिन ठीक भी लिखा था. He balanced it out.
हाँ.
ठीक है. And we'll talk about the article. Yeah. So I spoke to him. He said, मैं अच्छा ठीक है हम कर रहे हैं. And the guy spoke to me saying, hey, we've written a balanced thing and whatever it is, which I saw it only later on.
Right.
And it was balanced. But GQ में आना था, GQ में तो आ गए. ठीक है, 8 पेज का आर्टिकल था. I was like, cool. They just came with props and took a whole photos and all that, and that was fine. So yeah, I was coming in the newspapers every week. I was coming in a magazine.
Yeah. Yeah.
तो काफी हो चुका था. एक BBC की डॉक्यूमेंट्री भी हो गई थी बैंगलोर नाइट लाइफ के बारे में. So I was like, ठीक है. But when I was 26, 27 ना, मैं दोबारा डिप्रेशन में चले गया. सब सही चल रहा था. जो मैंने सोचा था हो गया था. Everything had happened. I was working, the parties were going super well.
Right.
They were on automatic. मुझे कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ रही थी. I built a system which was working on its own.
Right.
ठीक है. The money was coming in. And I was like, suddenly I found myself literally depressed again. Which was when I had this little spiritual phase.
Right.
बीच में भाग गया सतगुरु के आश्रम. मैं ये बहुत हो गया मोह माया. वहां गया. पहले यहाँ सो रहा था. फिर मच्छर काट रहे थे. मैंने कहा अच्छे रूम में चाहिए. उन्होंने कहा पैसे दो. पैसे तो यहाँ भी देने पड़ेंगे. तो ब्रो गो बैक. You need the materialistic life. You need to make money. But then what happened was, I think the problems that we were having, फिर मैं डिप्रेशन के बाद मैं सोचा करना क्या है, you know, and I was nearly, I think, approaching 30 or 30, and I was like a little, I was like हो गया यार ये कर लिया, मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रही थी, and I was trying to see different things.
Right.
तो 2-3 चीजें थी. Then I was like, how do you scale this up? It's very hard to scale parties up.
Yeah.
You know, and we'd scaled up a lot. If you know, we were doing like 3 parties in one night, 4 parties. हमने अपनी अलग अलग चीजें करके कर ली थी कि एक हफ्ते में 8 पार्टी 7 पार्टी एक सिटी में. अलग सिटीज में स्केल करना मुश्किल था. So I was like, okay, you have to dream of something new to get out of the depression. So I was like, okay, I'll do a festival and it'll be this, and it'll be that. And that's how Maholi was born.
Right. When you wanted to shake things up and go on a higher scale.
I was like, okay, that's it. That's the next step. Okay, and take it to different cities and make it big. And what we'd seen was, होली के जो बड़ी पार्टीज होती थी, लोग जाने से डरते थे.
हाँ.
कि लड़ाई हो जा रही थी, कुछ भी रंग लगा के कुछ भी हो जाता था. तो वो एक पेन पॉइंट था. लाइक हम खुद नहीं जाते थे.
हाँ.
मैं अपने घर पे करता था. And if you see, there's a picture of me with a house party. I don't know if you came for that, but I had a holy party at my house.
Yeah,
I think you'd come for it. जिसमें पूरा मेरा घर पिंक हो गया था.
हाँ. Yeah.
जो मैंने पूरे एक हफ्ते फिर पेंट कराया था.
हाँ.
But so that was the idea of doing a festival. And we couldn't get a venue. No sponsor was ready to do this thing. I remember हमने city के बाहर किया था. Martin was playing and one more person, Dr. A was playing. And in the outside of the city, we did the first one.
Right.
Okay. And then the second one which happened was at E-Zone. This is 2018.
Yeah.
And I know this because when they put a case in 2020 during COVID, they put on this. And that was the first big festival we did.
Right.
And that was a crazy success.
Yeah.
But life में हमेशा हुआ जब भी वो चीज सक्सेस पे आई है ना, कहीं ना कहीं किसी ना किसी से अटैक किया. That's I think दुनिया का फंडा.
Right.
ठीक है कि and that festival was like I was very happy with it. It was everything I dreamed of.
Yeah, that was the one for which Nuclear played.
Yeah, that was the one Nuclear played. And so we figured out कि अगर festival में, well, I spoke to many people who were doing festivals.
Yeah.
No one was making money.
Right.
They were thinking we'll invest, and finally we'll make money one day. I would name the festivals. I spoke to people who did those artists.
Right.
They had not booked them again because they had not made money. And so it was very hard to make money in a festival. The good thing was हमने एक दो चीजें करके ना, by that festival we got many sponsors. But तब भी नहीं आए थे. And I was like 60% of the cost of a festival should come from the sponsors if you want to make money and if you're doing big artists. And thankfully, right before the festival, हमारे दो sponsors आ गए. One of them is super famous now. Boat. I remember I came down. She's on Shark Tank now.
Yeah.
I came down to Delhi to meet him. He made a deal. Okay, I'll give you this much. What will you give me? But that festival was amazing. The second thing which we did, which no one ever did, we didn't do stack tickets. I mean, we did do stack tickets, but we did tickets of group of 2 couple, group of 3, group of 4, group of 5.
Right.
In which it's mandatory to have a few women.
Yeah.
And we made stack tickets very expensive and we sold them out. We kept them limited. And the idea was, and the idea has been throughout, कि ratio सही होना चाहिए, तो लड़ाई नहीं होएगी, तो पंगे नहीं होएंगे. Whenever the ratio of a club gets messed up, that leads to fights. I think the only one who had a fight was, मैंने किसी को लगा दिया चांटा. और वो हुआ क्या था, और ये हमेशा यही हुआ है, कि न्यूक्लियर प्ले कर रहा था, and this guy who was a local rowdy or something, he kept going on the stage and hugging him and doing all this. And तेज मेरे पे आके चढ़ रहा है कि उसका जो मैनेजर है, ये क्या हो रहा है, राइट. मैं बाउंसर को बोल रहा हूँ ये क्या हो रहा है, एंड दे वर स्कैर्ड ऑफ द गाय.
राइट.
कोई था.
राइट.
तो भैया मैं गया, मैंने उसको लिया, धक्का मेरे को भाग किया. मैं पीछे गया, उसने पीछे से पत्थर मार दिया. यहाँ से खून निकल आया था. तो मैंने वापस जाके उसको जो भी करना था कर दिया. In fact, that night I went to the police station and filed a case against the guy, which was a good thing because it came in court. So I was like, जब मैं खुद जा रहा हूँ स्टेशन की बात कर रहा हूँ, तो मैं क्या गलत करूँगा? And that festival was great. Everyone who came loved it. The sponsors were super happy. So the next year when we did it again, so the beer companies were literally fighting over it. कि हम ज़्यादा देंगे. उससे पहले थूक भी नहीं डाल रहे थे. उससे पहले था बियर दे देंगे, पैसे नहीं देंगे. उसके बाद हो गया, I was like, I want this much money and this much cash. Yes. The second guy called me up. I know they're giving you this much. I'll make it more. I was like, but you f***ed me 2 years back, so no. Like, and that was my thing. If someone f***ed us once, like, कोई करता था, तो भाई अगर कोई अच्छा सही तरह काम करे, चाहे कम पैसे दे दे, हम कर लेंगे. So, in fact, the last was one day before COVID. That was at the Lalit. We had this thing. It was one day before the band came in. And I was just praying कि भाई festival निकाल दे भगवान. So and I didn't know that would be the last festival.
Mm. Mm.
So that's the story, man.
Yeah. Tell us about the formation of the Bangalore Expat Club. Yeah.
So we called it when I was 19. I called it IVES. It was
So the
IVES.in.
Right.
I'll tell you हुआ क्या नहीं नहीं. That's a marketing mistake I made, which I look back. So you know it as a Bangalore Expat Club. It was the IVES, and IVES also younger people.
Right.
Now there was another guy, and this was Taj Times. There was another guy who had this thing called Bangalore Expatriate Club.com. And that was mostly people in their 50s and 60s, 40s, 50s, 60s who were meeting at Taj on a Friday.
Right.
So I was like, यार हमारी होती थी सारे young लोग थे. So that guy was leaving the country. So the GM was concerned and he's like, यार तू ले ले कि चले जाएंगे कहीं और. मैंने कहा ठीक है. वो जा रहा था. I called the guy up. He sold it to me for an X amount.
Yeah.
And we ran it parallelly. We ran IVS separate, this separate.
Okay.
Now, and that was a very good, he'd made a nice business in which everyone was paying a membership fee. महीने के 40-50 हजार रुपए सिर्फ मेंबरशिप फी से आ रहे थे, हम नहीं चार्ज करते थे.
Right.
और वो थोड़ा ओल्डर क्राउड था. बट मैं बच्चा था. मेरे को बूढ़ों के साथ नहीं पार्टी करनी थी. जब बाद में मेरे को लोगों ने उल्टा बोला कि ओ पीपल हु आर पार्टी हु आर ओल्ड नाउ. बट मैं आई मेड समवन एल्स द प्रेसिडेंट. यार तू संभाल, मुझे कुछ लेना देना नहीं है, तुम करो. मैं जा रहा था एंड एवरीवन वाज इन द 40s 50s. मैं उनसे क्या बात करूंगा यार. तो चाहे कर लेता था. एंड इट वाज ऑल CEOs of companies and all that. Then after some time there was some politics going on. I was like, F this, I'll call it Bangalore Expat Club. I'll combine these two into one.
Right.
मुझे लग रहा था 2 + 2 4. वो हुआ क्या 2 + 2 1 हो गया. Because that is an older crowd. Right. This is younger.
Yeah.
And now you throw them together and you invite them to a white party. The older crowd does not want to party with the younger crowd. Yeah. तब मुझे लग रहा था ये मेरा बेस्ट आइडिया है. जब वो नहीं चला, that's how you learn also. बाद में when I read marketing books and this thing and that thing, then I understood क्यों नहीं चला. Okay, so knowledge is necessary. But that was the story there.
Got it.
So even now it's active. I mean, there are people who are joining the group. There's no website anymore. We took it down.
Right.
But every week people are joining it. Auto पे चल रहे हैं, अपने आप आपस में बात करते रहते हैं. But it became, what we did was we made the biggest community and we kept them together.
Yeah.
And people were very happy and thankful for that, because it's like you come to a new city. Like pain point क्या था? I had seen the pain point. मैं नया बंदा आया हूँ and I am feeling like I don't belong here and I don't know anyone.
Right.
Okay. So the parties at the end of the day, if you saw all the messages that were going, it said melting pot of culture for people from all over the world and all corners of India. That was the theme.
Right.
For all the parties. It was like तुम जितने बिछड़े हो सब यहाँ आ जाओ, सबको यहाँ दोस्त कोई ना कोई मिल जाएगा, दोस्त मिल जाएंगे, चिल मारो. So the parties became centric to that. And even the music, if you talk to say Martin, and I think if we even give you, we would have a USB with which Gags ने बनाई थी वो. तो एक USB में Persian गाने, French गाने, Spanish गाने, German गाने, you know, music from all genres. Right. Because यार सीधी सी बात है, तू अगर US में है, किसी ने बॉलीवुड गाना बजा दिया, तू तो खुश हो जाएगा. Of course. वो same reason I should have learned Kannada. Yeah. Okay. कि बंदा खुश हो जाता है. तो हम कन्नड़ा भी बजा रहे थे एकदम. More than the expats, I think the people, the community which made the biggest difference to the Bangalore nightlife scene was the Iranians, was the Persians, which is not there in Bangalore anymore. Like the last time I went there, I was like, "Kahan gaye sare?" And they were, for me, they were my favorite people. Right. Literally. They were my, itne tehzeeb se, ladke, ladkiyan, the way they talk, they're very sweet. But now they're all gone because the colleges in Karnataka have been de-recognized by the Iranian government. Right. So no more Persians are coming. Or jo the, wo bhi chale gaye. And they would come for a longer time, like 4 years, 5 years to study. You're right. So that bond would last longer. Whereas expats would come for 1 year, 3 months, 6 months and leave. So a lot of the foreigners were Iranians.
You know, Viren, see, you have curated people as much as you have curated music and venues, right? Why was guest selection so important to you? And why were you so particular about the kind of people that you wanted inside your venue?
Okay. To answer this question, let me explain the patterns that I saw. I might not be able to clearly articulate it. I'll try to do my best. What makes a club night successful? Okay. And what's the lifeline of a club? Now, I survived in that business for 18 years. None of those clubs or people from that era, except maybe one person, actually survived, was stayed in the business for that long. Now what happens is, when a new place launches, the cream, the hot crowd goes there. They want the cream and hot crowd to come, and they can afford to say no to other people because they're new. So they're very selective about who they let in,
Right.
and they increase their prices or whatever.
Yeah.
And once the word of mouth spread, this place is hot, everyone wants to get in. And then people try to get in. The ones who don't have power don't get in. गालियां निकालते हैं. The ones who have power, who might not fit in, they get in. धीरे धीरे वो लोग ज्यादा घुसना शुरू हो जाते हैं. होता क्या है कि जो ऑलरेडी क्राउड है वो उनको देखता है, वो बोलता है यार ये जगह अब खराब होने लगी है. ठीक है, धीरे धीरे that it's like a cycle, it's like a whole system. Those people start going to other places.
Yes.
Now the club gets desperate because it still needs to pack up. But these people are actually on the way out.
Right.
And these other guys want to come in. So they start being a little lax at the door, letting them come in. And what happens at the door is, at the end is, all the bad crowd, unwanted crowd is fully in the club and everyone else is left. And you would have seen that in many clubs.
Right.
Clubs which went
Yeah.
and they went
Yeah.
and that was the reason, right?
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. And also it's something which is kind of unavoidable.
Right.
I mean, as a club owner, and even for me, it was the hardest thing to do. Because अगर तुम नहीं बोलोगे बंदे को, जिसके पास पावर नहीं वो तो सिर्फ गालियां निकाल सकता है.
Correct.
जिसके पास पावर है ना वो तुम्हारी वाट लगा सकता है. ठीक है. तो द क्लब ओनर वाज आल्सो लाइक, उसको एक तो पहले तो पता नहीं क्या होएगा अगर मैं इनको गुस्सा दूंगा. ठीक है, क्योंकि वो पहली बारी कर रहा है, दूसरी बारी कर रहा है, बहुत कम वेटरन्स थे, तो वो करने देता है, एंड ऑल दीज प्लेसेस वुड गो डाउन. सो दैट वाज द फर्स्ट थिंग. द सेकंड थिंग वाज, व्हेन आई वाज पर्सनली गोइंग आउट, I did not want a place where there were fights happening.
Right.
And you don't want कि तुम्हारी, अगर if you're with your wife, for example, like you go out with your wife, right? If you go out to a club with your wife and your wife gets chedod,
Right.
you won't want to go there again.
Yeah.
You won't feel safe.
Yeah.
You have nothing against the club owner or the person who's throwing the
Yeah.
party, nothing. You don't feel safe.
Right.
So I figured out that was very important. And then I figured out that whenever there were more men, I was called racist in that GQ article. Okay. And I think that's not the correct word. The correct word is, when you're filtering the crowd, you're filtering for attractiveness.
Right.
Okay. And as a person who's throwing the party, you have a sense कि यार ये बंदा सही नहीं है, बात ही नहीं करनी. जब तुम इतने साल जाके फ्लायर बांध चुके होते ना, तुम्हें एक आ जाती है सेंस कि ये सही नहीं है, नहीं बात करनी, इसको अवॉइड करना है. There were some communities that, like the Iraqis, okay? The Iranians were the favorite, Iraqis were in minority. Only guys, they were very vicious. So I had formally banned most of them, though my own flatmate was an Iraqi.
Right.
But वो लड़ते थे यार, और वो आके मतलब कुछ किसी भी बात पे लड़ते थे.
Yeah.
तो there was a threat. और जो लड़ते थे ना लोग, they were the only people I saw fighting in Bangalore nightlife who could afford to fight, were politically linked. Or crony capitalist, politically linked. Okay? उन्हीं की दम था. बाकी को लोग 2 मिनट में कौन सा उठा के फेंक देगा.
Correct.
So you're in a catch-22 situation that you want, if you want to continue in the business, the parties have to be good.
Right.
For the parties to be good, the crowd that is coming to the parties needs to feel that they are safe, men and women both.
Yeah.
Okay? And that no one's threatening them.
Right.
And there's no, fights happening or whatever. That's the most important thing. The second most important thing is the crowd has to be good.
Right.
Because I might not be racist, okay, whatever people could say. But let's face it, our society is racist, classist, sexist. Society है, हम नहीं है. देखो पहली पार्टी पता क्या बोलता ताइका में? Do not let Asians into the club.
हाँ.
ठीक है? Then do not play any Bollywood songs. Everyone had their own rules.
Right.
Then I was told by cops, don't let Africans into your parties. भाई उसने कुछ किया नहीं है, लेकिन उसने बोल दिया मैं उसकी बात तो सुननी पड़ेगी. अब जो भी है मैंने बोल दिया भैया मत घुसने दो, बिकॉज वहां ऊपर से ऑर्डर आया हुआ है कि मत घुसने दो. बट इंडियंस आर वेरी क्लासिस्ट. I mean, the club system is a class system. Let's be very honest about it. ठीक है? It's about attractiveness. It's like, what is a cream crowd?
Right.
What is a A-lister? Why does XYZ get A-listers or whatever? What's a premium club? What's a happening club? It's a club with attractive people.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be very honest about it. तो और वो society वैसी है. वो कुछ भी बोली, oh, he's so racist, but if the party is bad, she'll badmouth you and then go where the other cool kids are.
Yeah.
So the way we made it is like it's a melting pot of different culture of different people. हम उसको mix कर देते थे पूरा. कि हर तरह के लोग हैं. Like there were Asians at the party, there were French, there were German, there were Spanish, there were Gujaratis, there were Marwadis, there were Maharashtrians. हर तरह के लोग थे. And we would play also all kind of music.
Yeah.
And we stuck to hip hop and R&B and commercial music.
Right.
And because if you go to the history of music, that's the most inclusive music there is. That's how we kept the parties alive.
But do you think this approach also ended up causing a lot of enemies? And
200%, man.
Yeah.
200-2000%. देखो पता है सारे पंगे तुम किसी को मना कर दो, अगले दिन लोग घर आ गए बाहर, थ्रेट कॉल आ गई. अब प्रॉब्लम है अगर घुसने दिया तो मुझे को पता है अंदर सिक्स सेंस ये कांड होगा अंदर.
राइट.
ठीक है, नहीं घुसने दिया तो भी पंगा है. सो इट्स अ कैच 22 सिचुएशन.
राइट.
तूने घुसने दिया, उन्होंने पंगा करना, तेरी पार्टी खत्म. तूने नहीं घुसने दिया, उन्होंने तेरे को वैसे खत्म कर देना है, बिजनेस खत्म कर देना है. सो दैट वाज ओके. So my biggest also thing which I try to rectify is in the beginning I used to be at the door and I used to be personally filtering out people.
Right.
Or personally like
right.
Someone was on the list, I was just saying no, hey, you can't get in.
Right.
That was the worst mistake. Then I had other people. When I learned it was a mistake, I had other people to do it. In fact, I used to put my full name at the parties. Then I made it only VKP.
Yeah.
So slowly people just know a brand which means something. They don't put me as the face. So gussa na khaye. And then I later learned on if someone's doing parties now, don't turn away people. Just make it very expensive for them to come in. So wo ego pin lenge.
Right.
So if you say, okay, this is this much money, stacks, you don't let them in. Just say 5,000 rupees or 6,000 rupees. तुम्हें पता है वो नहीं खर्चने वाला, उसको भी पता है वो नहीं खर्चने वाला, but वो ईगो में लेगा, इसने मुझे घुसने नहीं दिया. वो अपने ऊपर करेगा, भाई मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है, मैं नहीं घुसा अंदर.
Right.
It's a shitty way of saying it, but that was one thing which stopped a lot of problems for us. So that was how we dealt with it. But 100%, man. Yeah. If you don't, again, if you let everyone in, the party is gone.
Right.
If you restrict people, they hate you.
Yeah.
Okay. They will go, they'll badmouth you, they will do whatever they can. And if they're politically powerful, they'll try their best to f with you.
Yeah.
And that happened many times. Like I had become, at the end of the day, मैं हो गया था यार, ये normal है कि एक दो कॉल्स तो आती थी, तेरे को ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे.
Viren, let's also talk about the different revenue models that you have negotiated with multiple venues over the years. Walk us a little bit through the maths behind this and how you're able to crack down and negotiate such models with typically clients who are very hard to put out money.
In the beginning, we could, like when we learned ye hota hai, one thing was very apparent was you don't take a fixed, you take a percentage. Because whenever we took a fixed, if it's going well for him, he's happy. The moment it doesn't, he'll start, being like, what the is this? So that's always better, I would say. We never really had a problem with venues.
Right.
They were very happy to part with what we were asking them. Because end of the day, what were the options? They could put a hoarding up.
Yeah.
They would put a radio ad up.
Right.
That's what they could do. Yeah. But what was the cost of that? And what was the guarantee that anyone will come after listening to that?
Right.
So the model we had was very simple. That the best model, if you could get it, is a percentage at the bar.
Yeah.
The entry is yours.
Right.
Okay. And the sponsorship is yours. That is, ek raat mein you pull in a couple of lakhs.
Right.
But I mean, sponsors were a big deal also. That's something we figure out later.
Right.
A lot of clubs have sponsorship money, but they treat it as their money. In a way, it is their money because they buy, the sponsor is giving them cash. So they buy his products and they don't buy his competitors' products.
Right.
And they keep his products in the bar.
Yeah.
Okay. The sponsor also has extra budget, the companies that time, to do apart from the budget they were giving the bars. So we would go after that money.
Right.
And when the sponsors were fighting with each other, that was the best time. Burn आई थी जब, तो हमने Burn से बहुत पैसे लिए थे यार. We did a lot of parties for Burn. In fact, we did so many parties for all the beer brands and everything. We always had sponsors.
Right.
And because the events were hot, they wanted to be associated with it. Because it was the trending thing.
Yeah.
For us, it was not parties. We were not doing events. We had a community. We were taking that community to different places.
Right.
Community had a place to hang around with each other.
Right.
And we were charging for that. And the sponsors were paying for that. And the sponsors were more than happy to pay for it.
Right.
If the place is happening, the bar is getting sales, it's more than happy. It's getting a good crowd.
And you position that at a very premium segment as well.
Because we didn't know anything else. जो था अपने आप चला, मैंने थोड़ा प्लान किया था ये करेंगे ये करेंगे ये करेंगे. It just went from one to the other. And I wanted to have the best parties. The best parties were premium.
Right.
But the market really grew.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning for years, literally we had no competition. Zero. Which was actually bad. Because in the new competition, we got lakhs.
Right.
Literally when the first competition came in the picture, our revenues went 3x, 4x.
Right.
Because suddenly आग लगी कि यार ये तो ले जाएगा, ठीक है. Because आया, उसने कुछ पंगा किया और मैं suddenly देखा एक पार्टी खाली. तो and we did whatever we had to do to negate that.
Right.
But then our revenues went up 3x, 4x. And what we also did was that we took venues and people who could have been our competitors, we put them at those venues.
Right.
Like Cloud9.
Yeah.
You know? So, simple. You take a rev share. If they're doing well, if I was a promoter, I'd go to a venue, I'd be like, okay, your sale is what? 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 4 lakh, average.
Yeah.
If it's 3 lakhs, okay. I don't want anything here. Anything above this, I want X percentage. 20, 30, 40, whatever. ठीक है ना. I used to do deals like that. कि अगर तू इतना कमा रहा है तो खुश रह, मैं तेरे पैसे नहीं छू रहा. And मेरे को entry चाहिए, मेरे को ये चाहिए.
Right.
Okay. Towards the end, we stopped entry also. Because when cash happens, people start stealing money, कुछ ना कुछ होता है. एक बारी हमने किसी टैक्स वाले को एंट्री नहीं दी, उसने भाई खोल दिया केस. फिर वहां जाके सलाम ठोकना पड़ा. तो हमने फिर सारे which really worked out for me. We stopped all cash transactions. Everything was on contract and in the account. Zero cash. Okay. And even the events we did, holy event and all that, we got Book My Show to do the cash.
Right.
We're like, हमें नहीं छूना भी नहीं है. आप आओ, you take the extra money, you put your cashiers in whatever. We'll do it through you. I didn't want to touch it.
Right.
I wanted it to be happen like that.
Yeah.
Because कोई ना कोई फिर कुछ ना कुछ करने की कोशिश करता था, which really worked out for us at the end. The best decision we made.
Viren, thank you so much for talking us through this in so much detail. It was a great conversation. I enjoyed it.
Man. I enjoyed it as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll keep going on.
Exactly. Yeah. So, guys, we're going to come back with the rest of this conversation in episode 2. So, thank you so much for tuning in. This is The Vic Fix.